To take a limit of a piecewise function algebraically, we don't necessarily have to always graph the function in order to do it, so we can do it algebraically. If we take the limit as x approaches 1 from the left, remember what this means, that this is the function if it is to the left of 1, and this is the function if it's to the right of 1. So we can still do it algebraically, that is to sub in. That's always how we take limits algebraically first, is through direct substitution. So which function should we sub into if we're approaching from the left? It should be this function. So really, we want to be subbing 1 into 2x minus 1. And the answer we get for that is 1. If we take the limit as x approaches 1 from the right, which function does that mean? That means this function here. So if we sub into here, we get negative 1 plus 3, which is 2. That's the same answer that we got when we graphed it. And so what's the limit as x approaches 1? Of course, it doesn't exist because it approaches a function differently from the left and from the right. But what if we wanted to know what f at 1 is? That means where is the function specifically at 1? Who should we sub into? We should sub into this function here because that's where the equal sign is. So if we sub in to negative 1 plus 3, that's of course going to be equal to 2 because it's the same as this function. If we take this function, it's almost the exact same thing. If we take the limit as x approaches negative 1 from the left of g at x, which function does that mean? That means we should be subbing into here. So if we get the square root of negative 1 plus 1, minus 1, the answer is going to be, in here you get 0, minus 1 is minus 1. So if we take the limit as x approaches negative 1 from the right, which function does that mean? It does not mean this one because that's the value of the function at negative 1. But if you come in from the right of negative 1, that means this function. So we'll sub into there and also get negative 1. So what is the limit as x approaches negative 1? Well, since it equals the same number from the left and the right, the answer is negative 1. But what if I wanted to know what g at negative 1 was? So what is the value of the function specifically at the x value of negative 1? That, of course, means to sub into this function. So we get negative 1 plus 3, and we get 2. So you don't necessarily need to graph a piecewise function to figure out the limit.